What's up everybody, this is Tyler here with Savvy Hut Tutorials. Today I'm here to bring you yet another exciting tutorial. Today we will be talking about the sub-bass trunk rattling sound that you often hear in hip-hop / rap / whatever kind of music that you like to listen to that makes the room go boom boom. Now first of all, let me tell you, if you don't have a sub or a lot of bass coming from your computer, you may not get the full effect that this tutorial is trying to provide. If you've got any kind of studio, crank up that bass without disturbing the neighbors. I will jump right in here, show you exactly what we will be creating. And I think you get the idea. Without further ado, let's get this tutorial started. As always, the first thing we will do is go up to File and click New. Now that we have a completely blank project, let's go up here to our sequencer, make sure that's showing. You can see I just have the kick, clap, hat, and snare instruments. So what I will add is, if I go up to channels, left click, go over to add one, and down to the 3X OSC, left click to add it in here. You'll see it pops up the purple 3X OSC instrument as well as the channel settings for the 3X OSC. If we hit Q on our keyboard, we can hear what that sounds like. Right click on the C6, you'll see where my finger pops out here in the channel settings. So if I right click that, it's now got it selected. If I hit Q on my keyboard, you can still hear it's still the same note, but it's in a lower octave. So next what we want to do is add this to our mixer. Easy way to do that is left click on this drop down and click on Assign Free Mixer, or just hit Control L. So if I left click that, it's going to automatically put me in the FX channel 5 and the mixer will pop up. As you can see, it also titled it 3X OSC for the instrument that it's being affected on this channel. So any effects that I make on the 3X OSC channel will not affect any other instruments. What I want to do next is right click and go into my piano roll. You'll see here it brings us to our piano roll and it's zoomed in very far. What we can do is go up here, hover over the scroll bar, left click, and drag to the right. Now that we've got our workspace set up, let's go down here to F#3 and try that out. Okay, and because I clicked it too long or held the left click down, it did create a slider note. So if you run into this issue where you created a slider note by accident and you think, oh, I'm going to delete it, right click it, bring it back in, it's still a slider note, go up here and you'll see the slide has been automatically checked. That's just something that FL Studio does. It can be useful, but it can also be annoying. So make sure you uncheck that by simply left clicking, deleting, and then left click again. You can see it's not a slider note anymore. Next, I will add in the other notes that I had when I showed you the beginning of this tutorial. Next, let's go ahead and play that by clicking play. Alright, now we want that to pop just a bit more. So what we will do is get back into our FX channel. And from this point on, there are many different effects you can add to the sub bass to make it sound however you want it. You can make it smoother or choppier, deeper, higher, whatever you want to do. All that I will add for this tutorial is the sound goodizer, and there's a couple ways to get to that. Obviously, if you left click the drop down, you can choose it from that menu, but another way to do it is to right click and it'll pop up all my different effects that I can add to it. So I'll go ahead and click on the sound goodizer. Now let's see what that sounds like. You can mess around with this just a bit. I think for this that's good enough. So all I did was change it over from A to D. Next, I will add that to my track playlist by left clicking on the playlist and left clicking on the track and dragging it over to the first 4 measures. Next, I will go down to pattern 2 and add the same kick sequence that I had, as well as the clap, the snare, and the hat. Let's hear what that sounds like by itself. I'm going to add just a bit of stereo by making the snare go to the left side of my stereo speakers, and the clap, we'll put that on the right side. Let's play that again. Just to give a tiny bit of depth to it, add that to track 2, and I'll go ahead and play the entire song. Alright guys, as I said at the beginning of this tutorial, please feel free to put any comments or questions in the comment section below. I do like to base my next tutorial off of the most common question I get out of a combination of my videos. So don't hesitate to ask me any questions. If maybe I didn't cover something thoroughly enough in this tutorial, or you want to see something new, please shoot that down at the bottom. If you learned something from this tutorial, please give it a like and feel free to share it to anyone you know that may be in the music industry as well. And hope to get a subscribe. Alright guys, bye. I'll go ahead and show you exactly what we'll be creating in the end and quickly go through create it, explain what I'm doing and how you can create the same effect. Alright, here it goes.